Hi everyone, welcome back to Carrie Kirby Creates on what is a beautiful sunny morning here in County Limerick in Ireland. It's absolutely breathtaking out there. More like a summer's day than a day in April, the start of April. But anyway, today I'm going to be working with some more of my alcohol inks. Now I'm going to use the alcohol pearls today, but I'm doing something different. I've always wanted to try the alcohol inks on my gel plate, but I haven't been brave enough because I keep thinking I'm going to destroy it. But basically, this is my old gel plate that I've had for many years, which I rarely ever use anymore. So I'm thinking, look, let's give it a go. Let's live a little and try it out. I've seen other people do it, always wanted to try it. But also I'm aware a lot of you out there are fairly sensitive to the alcohol inks. And yes, you need to be very, very careful. I have my windows wide opened here and also my door is opened. So I apologise for any noise. I am in the middle of the country. There's very little traffic that ever passes. You will get the odd car and tractor, but the dogs could be barking or whatever. But anyway, enough of that. Let's go ahead. Now, the method I want to try here is I'm coming in, and in this little mini mister, I have some just hand sanitizer. That's all it is. It's a method I saw a few years back. I can't remember who did it, but I thought it looked good. I'm going to spray that onto the mat. Now, I'm sure you can also use the blending solution, but this is just what I want to give a go today. Now, I'm using the alcohol pearls. These are the beautiful Ranger inks. Now, with the pearls, they're not like the normal alcohol inks. If you haven't used them before, there's a little ball bearing inside them. And it's important that you give them a good shake before use. And the colours that I'm using today are Tranquil, Sublime, Villainous, sorry if that's not been pronounced properly, Villainous, I think, and Intrigue. So I think they're beautiful, lovely, vivid colours. So let's start and just come in with some of that. Whoops. I haven't used these in a while. As you can see, there's bits and bobs coming off of them. But let's pop some of that down. Come in with some of that lovely green. And I'm putting a nice bit of it down. And what I've seen happens with the hand sanitizer is it kind of blooms a bit. I have to admit, this isn't blooming the way I expected. Maybe I didn't put enough down. But look, we'll play anyway. Just want to, yeah, there we go. Maybe a bit more of this Intrigue colour. Just splattered. Now, let's see. And again, I'm thinking I should be using this mat the other way around. So let's just pop these over. I think if this is placed on the white, yeah, you can see it a lot better. That's better, isn't it? At least you can see what's happening there now. So I am going to come in, I think, with a bit of the blending solution and just And it's important, I think, that you use something like a glass mat or some kind of a surface that you don't mind if it gets... With the glass mat, I can wipe it off. Now let's just pop some of that around. See if we any kind of reaction. Not very much there now, if I'm honest. What I want to do is I want to leave this dry. So I'm just coming in with my straw. See if I can get some of that to move around. And yeah, I am getting some reaction there. I think I didn't come in quickly enough because some of it looks like it's dried. The whole idea of putting the hand sanitizer down is it's not meant to dry that quickly. But I don't know, mine did seem to dry quickly enough. But for the next step, I do need to ensure that this is dry, and obviously I can't come in with my heat gun there because it would damage it, I'm sure. So I don't want to do that. So we'll just give it a few moments to dry. And I've just been thinking, I'd like this to spread out a bit more really. So what I'm going to do is, I've got some of this ibuprofen alcohol, and I think I'm just going to come along and dip a long brush into that. See if I can get some splatters going on there. Let's see if that'll make a difference. I could even possibly come in and just give it a bit of a mix. And let's see. Gonna come back in, I think. Not entirely happy with that. Well, that's a good thing about these. You can keep working. You can keep adding until you get it the way you want. That's just some more of the blending solution. Quite a lot, if I'm honest. But let's see what happens. It will evaporate anyway. While that's there, I'm thinking, because it's quite wet and I know, yeah. Quite liking the look of that. Some of it's a bit brown and muddy. But I think if I keep playing with it, I'll get there. And it's good fun. I'm going to try to leave that dry up if I can. But no, I'm not liking it. Let's see what will happen if I do this. I'm just coming in with a baby wipe. What a mess. Let's see what we have. It's still quite wet, so I'm going to come back in and have another little play. Yeah, I think I can work with that more. So I'm just going to use, for this particular one, because it's just trial and error, I'm going to use some photocopier paper on it. It's still quite wet, as you can see, but let's see what we get when we lift it. Oh, how pretty is that? Yeah, that's quite nice, I have to say. So this is what we've got left. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm coming in with my alcohol lift ink. I'm going to run some of that just across the top there, and I'm coming in with my brayer and I'm going to run that down over it. And next I'm going to use some of this mixed media paper and quickly place that down over it before it dries. Now, before you get to this point, it's important that your base is dry, but then you put the alcohol lift ink on and hopefully we'll get to transfer it. Now, I'm not sure, as I said, I have never done this technique before. So we're doing it for the first time together. Let's see how we go. Fingers crossed. Oh, I'm liking that. Yes, I am liking that a lot. Yeah. I think that could make a beautiful background for a card. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to see if I can clean this up. I really don't know. Let's try the... Where are we? Let's just try some hand sanitizer and see. Very little left in this one, so let's just pour a dab on. See if we can get it back. And look, it's not lifting. It's funny, the colours seem to be lifting off, except for, is this Sublime one? Seems to have stained it yellow for some reason. But you know what? It can still be used. It may be discoloured. And that's why I didn't want to use my good gel plate for this. This is one that I haven't used in quite a while. So I thought, why not try it? And now I know, but it doesn't mean I can't reuse this. I certainly can. Because that colour isn't going to come off onto anything, is it? What if I just give it a rub of alcohol? I wonder would that take it off. Oops. And like I said earlier, a well-ventilated area for this. And no, that's not taken. That took some of it off. Possibly if you redid it, it might. I don't know. I don't need to do that because I have another gel plate. Anyway, that was nice to try out, but we're going to go ahead with my beautiful background and I'm going to make a nice card out of that. So bear with me. And if you haven't already and you're enjoying my content, I'd love it if you would hit that subscribe button. And if you're enjoying it, please don't forget to hit the like button. So I've gone ahead and I gave my workspace a really good clean down to get rid of all that happy mess, I'm calling it. It's lovely to have a play around. And basically, these are what I got from playing with them. Now, I love this. Now, I apologise for the light, but I can't pull down the blinds and put the lights on because, well, I can pop the lights on, I guess. But I need to leave the windows opened between the alcohol inks and the alcohol. It's fairly toxic if I don't. And I can hear cows in the background there as well. But basically, I'm loving this and I'm kind of sorry that I didn't print it onto the cardstock to begin with. And this one, as I said, it's a multi-techniques cardstock and this is what I'm going to work on to make my card on. I'm loving that and it's the lovely textured side as well. So, I really don't want to waste this. If anybody can think of anything I could use this for. Now, I can get it onto the cardstock. I have done it before. Double-sided tape on the back. But if anybody can come up with a nice idea to use this on, I would appreciate it if you'd leave it in the comments. Now, what I'm going to do with this is I want to cut it down to 5x7 for my card. So yeah, I cut that down to just 1/8 of an inch smaller than my 5x7 card base. Oops. And I've cut it on each side in order to get the pattern where I wanted. You know, I wanted to keep the nicest parts of it, so that's what I've done. So I'm just going to pop that into my stamping platform. And I've decided I want to use these old Lavinia stamps that I have. This is Faith. She's a beautiful fairy. So let's pop Faith out. And the beautiful Meadow Mushrooms. These stamps have been well used and well loved. I love the Lavinia stamps. I'd love to get some new ones. It would absolutely be brilliant to have some new ones to play around with. So maybe that's an investment that I need to make. So first of all, I'm going to pop the Meadow Mushrooms down there. Just pop Faith aside. And I've decided that I'm going to use Twilight. It's that lovely deep navy blue. Don't know if you can hear the cows outside. I'm smiling here to myself. They're not my cows. There's farmers all around me here. Hold on. Why isn't that picking up? Yeah, I've just gone and gave that a rinse off because it wasn't sticking anymore. As I said, I've had these stamps for many, many years. I just want to make sure that faith will fit there. I may need to bring that down a bit. Yeah, about there. Perfect. It's going to go ahead and ink it up with, as I said, the beautiful Twilight. Lovely navy blue. Which I think will go fabulously with the colours that are on this. Yeah, how gorgeous is that? Just give it another, doesn't really need it, but stunning. If you put nothing else on there, I just love those mushrooms. So let's give that a wipe off just with some water. It's well stuck on now. So the next thing I want to do is come in with Faith, and I want her standing just on the tip of that mushroom as though she's going to take flight. So just want her toe kind of just tipping off the edge. Yeah. Same problem. Let's go and give her a wash. So apologise for that. I guess it's no harm in showing an example of needing to care for all your craft supplies really, but your stamps, they're a big investment, as I always say. And it's just a bit of soapy water, warm water, and yeah, it's important that she's in the right place. So there we go. And again, I'm coming in with the same Twilight, and I want to ink her up. There's something underneath here. Yeah, that's perfect. So I'm going to pop that out. Pop my lid back on that, and next I'm going to come in and I'm going to use this Versafine Clair in the Monarch, and I want to frame it. Let's put you over here on the white. So let's see, come in with an appropriate brush and just ink that up. And I just want to use just a piece of paper because I want to protect it from, in case my fingers are dirty. And that's it, just want to hit the sides just to give that lovely bit of framing around it, and I'm not going to go overboard with it. But I want the very edges to have that lovely deep purple colour. And if you hit it that way from the side in, it'll hit on the edge of your cardstock. And you see you get that lovely line, which is what I'm looking for mostly. There's a bit more ink there. And let's turn it up the other way. Because even though I'm having to play around with these mixed media things like the alcohol inks and the different, you know, other inks like the Versafine Clair or whatever, basically I am a card maker. So to me, it's nice to play around with the mixed media stuff, but also it's nice to use it. I have gone through phases before where I've made up loads of, you know, tried out things with the mixed media, and I bunches of paper just sitting there. It's kind of a waste of cardstock if you don't do something with it. Well, I guess you have the enjoyment of the playing around with it. Yeah, I'm very pleased with that. Really, really pleased with that. And again, it's a good thing about these glass mats, everything just wipes off them. Where is my cloth? So, let's see. Just want to tear a little bit of that there. And I want to come in under these mushrooms. And I'll grab any bit of brush that still might have a bit of remaining ink on. And it's just to ground those. Colour doesn't really matter that much. Can you see that? Just gives it a bit of grounding. Should I continue it across? Maybe just lightly. Just so it's not floating there, I guess. Yeah, that's fine. Just a touch of that. Yep, that's fine. So let's have a play around with Faith and the mushrooms and see what we can add, what little bits we can add to them. So I've got my little white. It's Mitsubishi, oh Lord, like the car or the motorbike, Mitsubishi pencil. I apologise, it's just a white. Anyway, let's come in and have a play here with the mushroom and just add a little bit of interest. Just make some bits pop in it. It kind of makes it a bit more three-dimensional, I think, when you do these things to them. Same here now, that one. Yeah, that's pretty. And even just on the mushroom itself, I think I could put a couple of little bits here and there. So the next thing I think needs a bit of TLC, maybe her wings. I think I'm going to close down that blind now because I can close the window at this stage. So bear with me a moment. Okay, because the sun is in and out and I'm just very conscious that you may not be getting the best picture, but basically you can see those beautiful colours now really well there. It's just gorgeous. So her wings, getting back to it, maybe a bit of sparkle. And these are the gel pen colours. They're Crayola gel pens that I have in my stash. And I'm thinking, do I want to go with similar colours that are there, or maybe introduce another colour? What would you do you think? I'm kind of tempted to come in with the orange just so that it pops, but I'm not really sure. I'm thinking they're possibly the two obvious choices, aren't they? Or even the yellow maybe. There is some yellow in there. Yeah, let's go with the yellow. Let's go with the yellow. So just coming in here to her wings. And yeah, that's a good choice. I think if I went with the pink or the blue, that they would just blend in with the background. There'd be no bit of pop. And there is some yellow in the background of this, although you can't see it very much. Well, it was that green, but it seemed to turn out yellow. And I'm dabbing this more so than colouring. I could colour it in with it, but I don't want to colour over the black part because, or well, it's actually that navy blue. I want it to stay dark, and if I colour over it, I fear that it may just blend in behind the yellow, you know, which I don't want that to happen. So a bit more time in this, but look, it's great fun. What a lovely way to spend the morning. Very, very therapeutic, and I have to admit, it's needed at the moment. There's a lot going on, and lovely to just have a bit of escapism, like watching a favourite movie or reading a favourite book. There we go. Oops. Oh, that's lovely. Can you see how it's shimmering when it hits the light? Yep, really, really pleased with that choice. I'm thinking maybe a bit down under the mushroom, but might stay a bit more safe down there. Let's come in with a bit of the pink and see. Don't have to be as detailed there. Just to add a little something, isn't it? Now, a little bit under this one as well. Yeah, it just will go lengthways, I think. There we go. The wings are looking gold. I'm really pleased with that. So we're going to mount that now onto my 5x7 card base. Let's come in there and I'm going to just pop you over. This is the fast, easy, cheerful way of doing it, I think. If it works, yeah, and it is working. Oops. I think we can go back over to the black side now. So I just want to get my placement correct on this. And I did leave a border. I wanted the bit of white border around it. There we go. Sometimes it's hard to get the placement because I'm not with the camera. Obviously, I'm not right on top of it, so it may not always be perfect when I'm doing it in a video. But I think you get the gist of it. Yeah, I'm really pleased with that. I really am. How lovely is that? Hope you've enjoyed watching. That's my final card. And if you have, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful weekend.